Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And in this video I wanted to talk with you about the deck that you're having can have different meanings. And what do I mean? When you're working with some particular deck, you need to give meanings according to the illustration that you have on that particular deck. This is how it is working. This is something that is coming from my practice, from working with the cards. So for instance, you learned the classical Rider-Waite meanings, and now you have a different deck that you bought, which also based on the Rider-Waite deck. But it does not mean that it will have exact the same meanings. I mean, of course, the basis will be the same, but always pay attention to the illustration, because I find out that decks are working according to their picture, basically. So for instance, if we have here in the Rider-Waite this Christian motif of dead people are resurrecting, and we have this angel that is waking them up. Here we have a different depiction. This is from the Wheel of the Year deck. Here we have something else. I mean, the meaning is pretty much the same, of course. It is a new day, something good is going to happen, rebirth, resurrection, some inspiration. But always take the interpretation to the illustration of the card. Here we have the typical Ten of Swords, which is pain, loss, destruction. But here we have a cemetery depiction, and we have here mourning and loss, specifically from death. I know it can like play out maybe as overall loss, it can be financial loss, but I found out that this is actually playing as death, as mourning, as sorrow, as losing someone or something important. Now here we have, for instance, a better example. Here we have your Seven of Pentacles, you know, the regular Seven of Pentacles. And here we have more positive card. We have anticipation, something will, I mean, you will give birth to something new. And here we don't know what is happening. Here it can be like he worked really hard and he's disappointed. We don't know the future that will happen in this card. Here it's more optimistic. I mean, in my opinion, of course it is similar, but always pay attention to the illustration. And also here we can see some sickness, depression, a person that have nightmares. And here we have more a depiction of fear, of phobias, of dealing with nightmares, but we don't see sickness. We don't see a person who is laying down on a bed. Also, in my practice, this card is more positive, the classical Rider-Waite. This card is more negative. It showed out as physical pain, as something more melancholic than this. This is actually a card of new ideas, of something new, new projects, some inspiration. But here we have more negative interpretation, and the image is more negative. So I can show you many examples, but it will take too much time. I mean, I don't want to get all of my decks, but you understand what I'm saying. It's very important to pay attention to the image. I'm speaking of it because it's something that came out from a personal experience, and I find that paying attention to the image is really important. For instance, here we have someone who is tied up, restricted to some situation, but here we see some sickness. So when you're doing a reading and you are using this deck, so you should interpretate the meaning with that card, with what you're seeing here, because this will be the accurate situation. So basically that's it. That was a quick video. I just wanted to share that with you, and see you in the next videos, and goodbye.